Do you ever stand over a shot knowing it's not quite the right shot to hit, but you hit it anyway? Well, you know at your level, that's where most shots get lost, right? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to fix it. All right, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about how to make better decisions, or at least to stop making decisions that you're not so certain about that then cost you more shots in a round than you would like to. Now, one thing I hear a lot of professional golfers talk about is I don't trust in my decision making, or my decision making cost me X amount of shots this round, which obviously can have a lot more knock-on effects within where you place, where you finish, your confidence at the end of the round, and etc. etc. So I'm going to give you a simple framework today that you can take away and use with yourself on the golf course to help not only make better decisions, but to remove that doubt and uncertainty about what you're about to do on the golf course, especially when, you know, there isn't a hell of a lot of time for you to sit down and think about what you're going to do. It's like, right, we're at the ball. What are we going to do? Execute. And to remove decision fatigue. So, you know, actually coming and approaching your shot and going, right, there's about 7 different things I can do from here. And identifying and knowing which option or which shot is best, and also coming to that conclusion quicker. So I understand and I appreciate that within professional golf and with a lot on the line, you know, that you'll already be thinking about the outcome of shots as opposed to hitting shots naturally and freely. And the reason why so many people get caught up on struggling to make decisions or struggling to come up with the right shot or play the right shot when they're at the ball is because they're already tying it too much into the outcome and their score, and maybe like I said, the position, if we're talking back to the outcome. So we want to be able to get you into a position where you're playing shots and making decisions with clarity and certainty when stood over the ball, where you are playing within your means, where you are playing within your own ability and your own standards, as opposed to trying to force something that you don't have because of the score, because of the situation, because of the outcome. Like, how many times have you maybe put yourself out of position on a hole where, you know, you might be miles right on the fairway or in the water or under a tree, and there's that part of you that wants to play the phenomenal shot and, you know, take it on a risk and mitigate as many shots dropped as possible. And then, you know, deep down, you know you might not be able to play that shot. And because you doubt that ability to play that shot, you know what happens next. It doesn't quite pay off the way that you'd like it. Now, I'm not saying go away and practice putting yourself out of position and playing the crowd favorite shot, but we just want to be able to get ourselves back into play and back into position without dropping as many shots as we probably do whilst taking on the risky shot. So a framework that I've used with clients before, and I've used it for myself before in making big decisions, whether that's out in the golf course or even with clients or even with my own business, is we want to be so certain in the decision that we're about to make, so it's absolutely so clear. It's crystal clear in the fact that it's a yes or a no. If we're stuck in maybe land, maybes will kill you. Maybes will kill your performance quicker than anything else. You know, if it's like should I play that shot? Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know. Should I go for that or should I do this? It's like, is it A or is it B, right? Or is it take on that shot or not take on that shot? Fuck yes or fuck no. We do not want to be stuck in maybe land. Maybe lands will kill us. So now, again, like I said at the start of the video, I'm very aware that there are many variables and there's a lot on the line. Okay, but we have to disassociate ourselves with the outcome and with what's on the line whilst we're out on the golf course. You know, we can deal with our debrief and our consequences of maybe not sticking to our process or making mistakes or dropping shots at the end when we can analyze our performance. But what we don't want to be doing is that on the golf course. Now, when you're thinking about that, it creates that uncertainty. It creates that little bit of, oh, should I take on this even though I'm not 1,000,000% sure that I can do this? And again, that's what will cost you shots. So in the moment, you stood next to the ball, you know that you maybe put yourself out of position, or, you know, you're doubting which club to use. because of where you want to be on the green. Now, I'm not the most elite golfer, so I am very aware that there's so many factors in where you want the ball to land, what position you want to put yourself in. That stuff needs to be done in your pre-round planning, right? You should be so clear on how you are playing the golf course and have at least visualized how you're going to play on the golf course, just like a Formula One driver would visualize the racetrack. So that when you do start to, again, golf is a game of mistakes. So when you do start to make mistakes, because you are human, you're not trying to force things, you're not trying to chase things, because it just makes you play worse. You need to be able to go, does this shot or is this shot coherent with my game plan? Yes or no? Is this shot within my abilities and within my limits? Fuck yes or fuck no. That helps you get to the bottom of the decision in which shot you're going to take quickly, more efficiently, and often has the best outcome later on down the line when you finish the round. Because then you can genuinely and honestly reflect and debrief your performance at the end and say, I stuck to my process, I played it exactly how I was, it was just a few mistakes, and you've got the stats and you've got the data to see what needs work afterwards. As opposed to get to the end of the round and go, no, do you know what? I just kept making that mistake and took too many decisions that I couldn't handle and I couldn't perform. So come up to the ball, out of position, in position, unsure on what to do. You know, it could be such a simple choice of, is it this club or is it this club? Well, does this club put me in the middle of the green, or does this club take me more? You don't want to be asking yourself that out on the golf course. You want to be going, what was my game plan? Was it to hit the middle of the green and then two putt? Was it to go a little bit more aggressive on this pin because of its location? That stuff should have all been dealt with at the start of your round so that you can go out and you can make better decisions. Is it a fuck yes? Is it coherent with my game plan? Is it within my limits and my abilities, with what I can trust and commit to? Fuck yes or fuck no. And that way you can get to the bottom of a decision quicker. Know that you trusted your process, know that you trusted your ability when you get to the end of the round. And if the round didn't go exactly how you wanted it to, you know that it was, not to do with decision making and like, what if I did that? Or what if I did that? It's like, no, I played exactly how I wanted to. It was just like I misread that putt, or, I was slightly offline with my 7-iron approaching 8. So it makes it a lot easier for you to maintain your confidence at the end of the round as well. So I hope that helps. Just a really simple framework. Firstly, know your game plan at the start so that you can go out there and make quicker decisions that are aligned with that game plan you said you were going to stick to. And then when it comes to the ball, is the shot that I want to hit, right? If I've put myself out of position, am I just going to have to take my medicine and put myself out there and play a shot that I know I can play, or take on the risky shot because I'm thinking about the outcome? We do not want to be thinking about the outcome whilst we're out on the golf course. So take your medicine, get back into play the shot you know you can play, rather than taking on, the big risk, especially in such an important environment as competitive tournament golf. So if you've got any questions or any of that, drop it down below. But just think about that framework. Is this a fuck yes or a fuck no? We do not want to be stuck in maybe land, because maybes will kill our performance and put ourselves more in the shit than we've got into in the first place. And if you can go out there and make those decisions and get to those decisions quicker, you're going to have a much better time out on the golf course. You're going to be out of your way, getting out of your own head, getting into what you know is the right thing to do. And the more that you practice that, the more that you'll see your true talent and true ability show up, because you're not trying to force things, thinking about the outcome too much. So I hope that helps. I'll leave it there and look forward to seeing how you get on with that. And I'll see you on the next episode. Ciao for now.